Hello, my lovely people. Today, I have got an exciting topic to discuss. So, starting off from this quote, which I literally just firstly saw on Pinterest, which is, enjoy the space between where you are and where you are going. And I feel this so deeply to its core. I'm the youngest daughter, and I have an older sibling. So, my entire life, I've always had someone, like, basically, yeah, I've always had a role model. I knew when I was in year 6, what sixth form, what A levels, what GCSEs. Like, I already chose my GCSEs when I was in year 4, mentally. Obviously, they changed, but like, I was already in that mindset because my sibling was going through it, so I was also thinking about that. They were kind of like the guinea pig, the test dummy, and then everything came into manifest with me. So my entire school career, from primary, secondary, sixth form, I knew exactly what to do. I knew how to hit the nail on the head. I knew the opportunities to not miss and the subjects to take, the resources I should be looking at. Like, I knew all of that. Thankfully, I'm so grateful because I had that role model there with me. And even when it came to where I'm at now, which is finished my first year at university, I knew when doing my A levels, so I have a friend, my best friend. She is the older sibling. She was so afraid of uni because she was like, I'm gonna be away from my family, and yes, that's valid. And she was like, oh, how am I gonna make friends and living alone and learning to cook? And I was like, I hear you and I understand you. I know we're the same age, but trust me, we're not even at uni for a year. Like, it is such a scam that we're paying 10k tuition, and we're there October, November, holiday in December, holiday in January, then February, March. February is not even a real month. April is off again. Then you have May, and then the beginning weeks of June, potentially, depending on the school, and then maybe the end weeks of September. So give or take about 5 or 6 months of the year you're at university, and that's not even factoring maybe the weekends you might come home. So we're literally not there at all. So for me personally, when I was applying for unis, doing my A levels, thinking about packing, I wasn't scared for my first year. And I think that is such a privilege because I knew what it was going to be like, kind of. Like, obviously, granted that both me and my sibling, we had a very different, or we're having very different university experiences. Like, different courses, different unis, different times of life. But I also kind of knew that it's so temporary and it's going to be okay. And rather than being anxious about something, just take it in your stride and make it as fun as you can. Do as much as you can. So that's what I would always tell my friend. It's like, I know you're worried, I know I know you've got a huge loving family, but you're not even going to be away from them for that long. And the only reason I was able to console her and give her that confidence to go out at uni, and it's so amazing to hear and see how much she's grown as a person, the beautiful friends she's made, the person she's become. And she says that she's always remembered what I told her about how it's just a temporary phase and it's going to be okay, because we always have home to come back to. And I only had the confidence to tell her that because I had my sibling there as a role model. So you see where I'm going with this? Is that I had my whole life, essentially, as someone who loves to plan. I abide by my calendar and my journal and my planner and my to-do list. It was so nice having that person there in front of me, just a few years ahead. But now that we have sort of not drifted, but we are going different paths. They've graduated, they've got own career, own life, family, friends, whatever, and I'm pretty much at the brink of starting my future. I'm in this space, which, let me circle back to that quote. Enjoy the space between where you are and where you are going. And I'm in this space of uncertainty. And as someone who is so type A, who loves to plan, who loves knowing everything when it's gonna happen, I've been kind of going insane. to put it there softly. Uncertainty makes me so uncomfortable. It makes my skin crawl and my chest kind of tightens, honestly. And that's something which I have really learnt to put up with. Because my dad was like, girl, well, he wasn't like that, but you know what I mean. But like, girl, literally that is what adulthood is. You don't know what's gonna happen next. It's not you finish year 7, then you have summer holidays, and then you start year 8, and these are your subjects, and then you go have holidays, and then year 9, and then you choose your GCSEs, and then you do, like, it's not cookie cutter planned out. You wake up one day and you can be unemployed, and everything, you have bills crashing down at you, or finding a means to an end that could be so difficult all of a sudden. Or great news, you got a job, you won the lottery, I don't know what it is. Let's go on holiday, let's jump off a plane, let's run a marathon. You know, there is so much uncertainty in life, and for the first time I'm really feeling it. And I've spent so long this year trying to learn to take that into my stride. So yeah, as someone who loves control, not like in a manipulative way, but as in more seeks comfort in control. I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. Like, I know I'm studying, I'm working towards a degree. It's just, I don't know how. I basically gotta get a job, you know. And I'm okay with that idea of working, because I love putting my all into something. Like, put me in school, and then I love studying, and love studying is faint, but I love the idea of working towards something. I love having a timetable, a schedule. I have my calendar filled, doing things, running back and forth, whether it is something as little as a dentist appointment, to grocery shopping, or going on holiday. Like, I just love having like things to do, you know, keep myself busy. So I wouldn't mind working, because it'll be a thing for me to stay busy. It's just the idea of getting there, getting to that stage is really freaking me out now. And again, it's something which I can't control. So maybe I should stop worrying about it. But it's just, every day you hear, oh, the job market is trash. oh, stocks are plummeting, oh, the economy is really bad. Like, when is it supposed to get good? But then it's also like, girl, you can't wait for opportunities to come at you. You've got to start creating them. So then I cold email like everyone I know. But then, I don't know. I haven't received any replies. Okay, I don't even know where I'm going with this. But basically, I want to circle back to the quote. Enjoy the space between where you are and where you are going. So, as I've just mentioned, these past 10 minutes, 11 minutes, I don't know where I'm going anymore. I feel like I don't have much of a direction. I don't have that figurehead role model of a sibling. And as someone who loves to plan, it's kind of nerve-wracking. So the best thing I can do for myself is to just let it go. Be free. Create my own opportunities. Make mistakes, have fun, learn, experience life. Or just have a break, you know? It's okay if I don't get an internship this summer, even though I really want one. I just want to progress, but it's okay, you know? Okay, this is me just like consoling myself. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't even know if anyone's listening. But then again, that's the thing. If someone is listening, I hope you're thinking with me, or if you're going through something similar as me, you're thinking that you're not alone. That would be really nice. Because sometimes I feel like I'm doing everything by myself. And then that's why I like studying in libraries. You know? Because I could just be cooped up in my room all day. And I'm just studying and being like, why me? Why did I leave this last minute? Or something like that, you know? But when I go to a library and I see that other people are also studying, it's like, wait, that is so cute. Yes, we all have exams. We are all suffering through this right now. So if you're listening to my voice right now and you also don't know where you are, that is okay. It's normal. It should be. But of course, we're human. We can't predict the future. Like, yeah, we can have vision boards and we can pray what we do want, or we can think, we can plan as much as we want of what we would like to have, but what we will actually have, that's not up to us. So you might as well enjoy the space between where you are, which is right now, and where you are going. Now, I'm not saying that like if you want a job, to just sit there and chill and do nothing. Obviously, if a job is meant for you, if it's written for you, you will get that job eventually, but only when you put in the work towards it. You've got to apply for the internships, the cold emailing, you've got to look at the jobs boards, you've got to work on your CV, get those skills, work on your LinkedIn profile. But if it's really meant for you, it will find you. Just kind of like romanticize the process. I saw I think it was on TikTok, to be honest. That's where I get most of my information from. But it was like how to romanticize second year when you're applying for internships. And people had like jars or charts. I think I'm gonna do a sticker chart because I think that's like less maintenance. But they had a column, like aside from their Notion template tracking everything, you forget how much time you spent on each application, on each email, on everything. And you just see that one rejection email and then you just think, oh, whatever. And like you don't think about it. But I think you should acknowledge your hard work going into it. So they had like a column which was like applied, and then they had like a sticker or like a dot, and then they had another column for rejections, and then more stickers or dots for like as filtered through, and then they had the last one which was with accepted or offers received or whatever. And I think that is so cool in the sense that, like, I mean, you hear those stories where people apply like to 300 places and they only got like 2 offers, and then you hear other people who applied to like 50 and they got like 10. So it's like the game of quality over quantity. But it's just like, you had to maybe do 299 applications to then realize on the 300th one what you were doing wrong and how to do it right. And that's kind of what life and experience is like, and why that in the space we are right now, before we get to where we want to be, that ideal self, we have to be a little bit messy. It has to be a bit uncertain. We've got to live and learn and experience. And while it might not be where we want to be, it's a step closer. So, let me say it again for like the 100th time. Enjoy the space between where you are and where you are going. Thanks guys for listening to my brain. Oopsies. Okay, bye.